Many landowners are holding onto property they haven't visited in years, but what most people don't realize is that keeping vacant land can quietly cost thousands. What if that land could be turned into cash instead of ongoing expenses? Today, we're going to dive into why right now is the best time to sell. Welcome to the channel. Today, we're uncovering why selling vacant land makes more sense today than ever before. Let's start with Section 1. Why so many people simply forget they even own a piece of this country. It often starts with inheritance. Maybe your grandfather bought 10 acres in a state you've never visited, and it passed down to you. At first, you have big plans, but then life happens. Kids, career, and that land becomes a line item on a tax bill you pay once a year. Then there are the dreamers, people who bought land thinking they would build a vacation home or a retirement retreat one day. But 10, 15, or even 20 years go by. The kids are grown, your interests have changed, and that dream is now just an empty lot. Often, it's rural land bought at an auction or from a flyer. It seemed like a steal at the time, right? But it's 4 hours away. You haven't walked the property line in 5 years. It's truly out of sight, out of mind. The problem is, holding on to land isn't free. Even if you do absolutely nothing with it, it is quietly draining your resources. This brings us to Section 2, the hidden costs. And I mean hidden because they don't always look like big bills. First, property taxes. It's the bill that never stops. Every single year, the county sends you a reminder of what you owe. If your taxes are $400 a year, that's $4,000 over a decade. That could have been a family vacation or a new roof for your home. Then there's maintenance. Some counties require you to keep the grass cut or the brush cleared to mitigate fire risks. If you don't do it, the county might do it for you. And believe me, they will charge you a premium for that service. Code violations are real. Illegal dumping, overgrown weeds, or even a fallen tree can lead to thousands in fines. And those fines can turn into liens on the property, making it even harder to sell down the road if you aren't careful. What about HOA fees? If your lot is in a subdivision, you might be paying for a pool or a clubhouse you've never even seen. Those fees can be $50, $100, or even more every month. Over 20 years, that's the price of a small car just sitting in the dirt. And the biggest one? Opportunity cost. If that land is worth $50,000, that's $50,000 you don't have working for you elsewhere. Imagine that cash in an index fund or a savings account. It grows. Land, without development, just sits there and costs you. But here is where things get exciting. Section 3. Why the market is absolutely primed for land sellers right now. There is a massive wave of land investors entering the market. They are looking for parcels just like yours to add to their portfolios. Because of this, prices in many areas have reached levels we haven't seen in decades. Investors are paying top dollar for inventory. Then there's the demand for rural property. People are tired of the city. They want a place to escape, a place to breathe. This great migration to rural areas has turned sleepy counties into hotspots for buyers looking for a few acres to call their own. Remote work changed the game. If you can work from anywhere, why wouldn't you work from a beautiful piece of land? With better satellite internet, even the most remote parcels are now viable places to live and work. That makes your land more valuable. Developers are also on the hunt. As cities expand, the vacant land on the outskirts is the next frontier for new housing. What was the middle of nowhere 10 years ago is now the next big thing. Developers are paying premiums for these parcels. This is what I call the golden window. High demand, high prices, and plenty of buyers ready to close. It's the perfect storm. But how do you actually sell it without the usual headaches? That's what we're going to cover next. Section 4. Why the traditional way of selling land through a regular agent can be a total nightmare. Most agents are experts at houses, kitchens, bathrooms, and curb appeal. But land? Land is a completely different beast. They often don't know how to market the soil, the zoning, or the future potential. Your listing just sits there, gathering dust. The average time to sell land through an agent is significantly longer than a house. We're talking 6 to 12 months or more. And during those months, guess what? You're still paying the taxes, the maintenance, and the HOA fees. The costs keep mounting. Most buyers need a mortgage, but banks hate lending on vacant land. It's considered high risk, which limits your buyer pool. Without easy financing, only cash buyers are left. And finding a cash buyer through a traditional agent can be like finding a needle in a haystack. Then there's the money. Agents take a commission, often 10% for land because it's harder to sell, plus title fees and escrow. By the time you pay everyone, you might walk away with significantly less than you expected. Is the wait really worth it? Time is your most valuable asset. Spending a year hoping for a buyer while your expenses pile up is a losing game. But what if you could bypass all of that? No agents, no waiting, and no commissions. That's where direct selling comes in. Section 5. The simpler option. This is how smart landowners are liquidating their property in days instead of months. When you sell directly to a land buyer, there are zero commissions. What they offer is what you get. It's clean and transparent. Closing happens fast. Because these are cash buyers, they don't need bank approval. You can often have your money in 2 weeks. The paperwork is handled for you. A professional land buyer takes care of the title work and escrow. You just sign and get paid. It's about as stress-free as a real estate transaction can get. No back-and-forth negotiations or repairs needed. You sell the land exactly as it is. If there are old tires, brush, or debris on the lot, you don't have to touch it. The buyer takes on all the responsibility. You walk away with a check and none of the headache. It's that simple. In many cases, the buyer even pays for all the closing costs. That means more money in your pocket at the end of the day. Imagine checking your bank account in 14 days and seeing the full value of that forgotten land ready for you to use. It provides incredible peace of mind. You stop the bleeding of those taxes and maintenance costs once and for all. You can take that capital and put it toward your family, your retirement, or a new business venture. It's about freedom. So, let's wrap this up. If you own land that you haven't used in years, it's time to take an honest look at it. Is it serving you, or is it just a line item on a tax bill that's slowly chipping away at your savings? Remember the hidden costs we talked about. They add up faster than you think, especially over 10 or 20 years. The market today is uniquely positioned for land sellers. Demand is high, and buyers are searching for parcels right now. And don't forget the simple option. Selling directly can save you months of waiting and thousands in agent commissions. Don't wait for another tax bill to arrive in your mailbox. Take action today and find out what your options are. You might be surprised to learn just how much that forgotten piece of dirt is actually worth in today's market. Head over to larrybuysland.com right now. It's a quick, no-obligation process to see what we can offer you. We've helped hundreds of landowners turn their idle property into useful cash, and we'd love to help you too. Thanks for tuning in today. If you found this helpful, please like the video and subscribe for more land selling tips. Let's turn that land into your next big opportunity. Visit larrybuysland.com. We'll see you in the next video.